Fire it up, baby.
Okay. I am streaming now. What's up,
Alright,
guys?
we're live?
Yep. What's up, guys? This is Spooky Tetra Orange C, however you want to pronounce my name, and today we're gonna restore watch theme and the folder theme. So let's get to it.
I'm excited.
Should be capturing my mic and everything else. So alright, I'm gonna first play the original one that I have here.
Planet Parenterna. You know that guy? Hi to you, Planet Parenterna.
Yeah, I remember that Just Cause 4 theme I uploaded. That game was underrated, but it had a cool score.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so what do we got going on here? So we're just gonna do the channels in order here. So we got snares.
Orange Sea was inspired by Sam Jammin Miller and his restoration, or more like remastering of the really good remastering of Donkey Kong Country soundtracks. It's really amazing.
Yeah, so, and I noticed nobody had never really done a lot of remastering soundtracks the way he does, like at least for other rare titles. So had the idea of doing Goldeneye because this is a great score, and nobody has really used the original high quality samples.
I remember that game back in the day. People used to play it. I was in elementary school. I don't ever think I ever owned it myself. I may have borrowed it. But yeah, it was basically a heavily multiplayer oriented, at least around my friends in elementary school. And man, it's considered universally one of the best shooters ever made. And I don't know, I never really played it much. I did play it briefly, but I'm more of a Turok guy myself.
Is Renato in here yet?
Yeah, Renato's here.
Okay. Yeah, he hasn't typed, so I'm not sure he was in or not.
Hi, Renato, and hi, Planet Parenterna.
Yeah, I think he commented on my Just Cause 4 upload, but I don't really remember.
Yeah, I remember when you were working on that, or you uploaded it. You were one of the first rippers.
Yeah, nobody else ripped it. Alright, I'm looking for that snare. I forgot what snare I used. It's the same snare I used for, I think Surface 1, but I forgot the name, so I'm just gonna use the raw snare sample instead of the one on the preset, because then I can adjust the volume. Let's see, was it a dry snare? No, I think it was a natural snare, I think.
I don't understand this stuff as well as you do. I know at some point you plan on composing your own music, but life is really busy. So,
I think this is a snare.
you've got a thing.
No, this is
Learn it. Listen at the look at the bottom right. You've got some notification or something. You know how to click that off.
Hey Renata, you can hear us, right? I just want to do a soundtrack, just in case. Oh yeah, I've been getting these spam notifications.
Right. Oh yeah, there is a way to fix that. I forgot how. Yeah, I've been getting them too. But it's usually oriented around. What? Oh my god, that stupid pop-up. Man, that's annoying.
Yep. Okay. Good.
Oh yeah, he hears you.
And I have a buddy on Renato. I don't know if you can hear him too. I'm assuming you can. If you can hear me, you can hear him.
Yep.
The audio's being routed all the same. So.
Yeah, I'm the contextual Christianity guy. The name I use online is Yehuda or Big Yehuda, but this is a channel that I actually plan on making stuff on about topics such as religion and video games, documenting sacred shrines and places, and ideas in video games and popular culture, as well as perhaps some book reviews. I've actually already got a book review in mind. I've already got it recorded. I just don't necessarily have footage for it.
It's not doing this snare roll like in the original. Hold on, let me see.
This is all Greek to me, so I don't know if I'll be able to help you. I'm just sort of in awe at this magic stuff he got.
Oh, Okay, yeah, the top.
Oof. The delay.
The top notes are rolling. The bottom notes are not rolling. Yeah, basically, Chris, what I'm doing is just basically replacing the lower quality samples with the higher quality versions of the samples.
Right. Is this a partial restoration for these two songs, or do you have all the samples you need?
I basically have all the samples I need because the composers just used the Roland and the Proteus FX, so I just have the plugins.
Right.
And I just have the sounds that I recorded from my Proteus synth.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, so let's do the... I'm gonna copy the rolling notes into another...
so in this case, they actually use samples.
Yes.
Because most of the songs... in the Donkey Kong Country soundtracks, some of them had samples in them, but most were directly made by the hardware synthesizer they had and so I think that they may have had some samples that were inspired by, but it was trying to recreate those within it. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, a lot of them has samples. It's just some sounds, like the Harmer synth samples, were actually recreated by the chip. It's just that what Wise did was he took those. He took those samples from the synths, but he had to cut them down to size, so the chip could process them.
But what I'm saying is, a lot of the sounds are not from a synth. Are not synth samples. They're directly generated from the chip. So I don't know how. I think some of it does have samples, but not all of it. I mean, there was that. I don't know. Has he been inconsistent? Because he did say that there was no way to restore it because the original sound is what you get from the SNES.
Well, what he meant is that. What he meant was that when he programmed the music back then, he programmed it directly onto the sound chip for the SNES. But the SNES sound chip doesn't generate samples like the original Nintendo on its own,
Okay, but then it's a remaster more than a restoration. In some cases, there's samples that he did compress, right?
The thing is, he wasn't keen on Sam using the term restoration, because in his head he meant that the Super Nintendo versions.
So wait a minute. So he did reference most of the sounds from sound samples.
Yes.
But he didn't compress most of them. He tried to recreate them within the engine.
That's the thing. We don't know how he did it, because back then they had the hardware. I
thought he clarified though. I thought that implied. I'm not sure. I thought that implied that most of the sounds that couldn't be that could be recreated were simply recreated. Like, I don't know if all of them had like original synth samples as a reference. That they try to emulate that sound as best as they can without importing them, because I think there was a few sounds that did need to be actually copied and compressed and put into
Yeah,
the SNES cartridges.
they
But most of them I don't think did.
well, they had a method of, cutting those samples down to size into the sound chip. We don't know how they actually did it, but they had to basically innovate and try to make the sound chip simulate what is being processed. Because the SNES sound chip is a sample-based processor. It doesn't generate sounds on its own. It needs a basis for them to generate sounds.
Okay, I don't really understand this very well. It's hard to understand,
Yeah.
or it's rather hard to interpret based on my limited information.
Okay, so where does this top snare, rolling snare go? 2, 3, between 2 and 3. Okay. And why is this here? I gotta cut this.
Oh, hey, Renato. Alright, so you're probably more educated on me than this, so you might be right.
Two to three. Okay, yeah, they're good. So let me notes replace well. So let me grab the rolling snare thingy. I think it was the no, that's not it. Yeah, snare roll. That's the one I need. Ooh, that is really rushing.
Wait, what's rushing?
The snare roll. See, rushing and dragging is a musical term used to describe the sounds. If they're like too fat, they're like rushing or dragging if they sound off. The timing and stuff. Have you ever seen it, Chris? Have you seen that movie called Whiplash?
Which movie? Hang on, Renato responded. The SNES, unlike the Mega Drive, doesn't generate sounds. By default, it needs sample. Wait a minute, so it doesn't generate any sounds? Are you sure?
No, it only generates what what you put into it, basically.
Wow, okay, so it essentially, the sound chip is just for processing sound, not for generating sound at all.
Exactly.
I didn't know that. Well, then it had to have been samples. Okay, I guess it is a restoration, despite Wise's,
Let me recopy this again. Well,
Wise sort of reluctance.
Yeah, what Wise meant is that using the term restoration, in this, he wants us to use remastered because it's more appropriate.
Yeah, I guess so.
But I respect his opinion because it was hard to.
Yeah, I mean he is the guy who just, oh my god, made amazing music.
Did I delete these notes? I deleted these notes.
I'm having to go back and forth between muting and unmuting the stream so I can
because yeah.
So I can try to hear the communication. Hear the sound in the game in the game. Jesus, the thing that you're working on.
Okay, let's see. need to adjust the that roll sounds really weird. Ah, it fades out. It already has like a fade out attached to it, so I'm gonna have to get rid of that fade out. What was it?
Oh, was that in there by accident?
I don't know. It's just part of that snare preset thingy.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So let's go to.
Oh yeah, Renato's commenting, rushing it sounds too soon, sooner than it should, dragging it sounds too late, later than it should. That's what he said.
Yeah. Let me go back to another project and see what I configured for that snare roll in the other
Yeah, that might be helpful.
what was it? I think it was in Bunker 2. There was that snare roll, but I forgot what I did for that. So let me save this project first.
Yeah, save it. Alright, he's not going anywhere. He's just opening up an older project to sort of find out what his settings were.
Okay, so I think it was Bunker 2.
Bunker. Think of Bunker Hill. I don't know.
And apparently of course, that Proteus sound font that couldn't load, that was old, so I had to replace that with a... But I'll do that in another, when I update this. I need to update this track anyway, so I'll get back to that later. Okay, yeah. Percussion. Okay. I used the orchestra expansion. Okay. And was that sampled or no? That was what drums did I use for that?
Oh, Renato, why is that? Like, what's different about that situation? Oops, sorry.
See, orchestra snare.
Oh, right. Oh, so it's harder to find the samples?
So I used orc snare. I think I did. Okay. I think I did. Let's go back to our other project. See what you guys are saying here.
Okay, so basically, he's saying that DKC3 is harder to restore?
Yeah, because, you know, the samples are harder to find, you know. So it's like...
Okay. Well, I guess...
Okay, so let's go to orchestra VST instead.
Don't forget to have FLAC available for people.
Yeah, I'll do the flags later.
Okay. Freaking Amazon Music is so cheap. Same thing with YouTube. Or sorry, with Google. With they won't provide you FLAC. It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
They'll charge you the same amount of money or more. In fact, many cases, you can buy music off of Bandcamp, and you'll get it for less than it would cost. The same equivalent, same number of songs or whatever. But you can have any format you want. Download it. You don't even have to convert it yourself, and they will give you lossless. And you're not going to get that because I don't know, server space. Even though Bandcamp is a smaller company with not as much server space. So God bless them. God bless Bandcamp. Oh shit! Renato found a sample. From Waterworld. Oh, that movie. I actually like that movie, despite it being not a very good movie. It was like Mad Max combined with Wind Waker. I just thought of it that way.
Huh. Let me just reload this project because I lost the notes.
I'm sure I'll get back to it. You might not have seen it. I mean, just, maybe resend it or something. If he doesn't respond within like a couple weeks. Uh-oh, I hear Doges.
Yep. Like Doge is going crazy. Okay, so
They can't wait for the full restoration.
nope.
They're excited.
Chris, but what I was saying about the rushing and dragging, Chris, is you should see that movie Whiplash.
Whiplash?
Yeah, you'll definitely you'll understand what it's like an inside joke between me and Renato and some of the other people. That people who've seen the movie. Yeah.
All right, I'll look it up. I don't think I've heard of it. The last movie I watched was a crappy ass movie. It's a movie, Whiplash. I see it, 2014. American drama film. This picks a relationship with a jazz drumming musician and an abusive instructor.
Yeah.
Oh no. That's funny. That's kind of a weird concept. I saw a movie called Melancholia recently, and I thought it was awful. And my friend agreed. We both watched it together, and we both agreed it was awful. We almost just skipped to the end of the movie, just to see the epic ending. But yeah, it's kind of a terrible movie. I kind of get the philosophical underpinnings that it's trying to put. I don't agree with those underpinnings, but I get what it was doing, and it wasn't necessarily an unintelligent way to do it. Though they made all the characters like unlikable, or most of them really unlikable, so you're glad the bad ending happens. He got baited. He got baited because, well, I thought it was inspired by Hellstar Remini, which is a horror manga. I've not read it, and I probably never will. Horror's generally not my thing. There are some exceptions. Yeah, that movie was a bait and switch. Well, accidentally, at least. And of course, when I saw Lars von Trier was the director, I'm like, okay, I don't want to watch this. Immediately, I was apprehensive, and it didn't turn out to have any horrific shit in it. thankfully. But, you know, you can tell it's a European movie, quote unquote. Dogs are still at it.
I have to copy that snare roll in a new pattern still. How did I do this last time?
So the specific splashdowns were made in a synth. They weren't made literally by splashing water and recording it. I don't know how that stuff is done. Pitched down drastically. It's interesting though that this I saw the director's cut of Waterworld, and it was probably better than the theatrical. It was a crappy movie, but it was a good crappy movie. It was enjoyable, basically, a popcorn flick, in my opinion.
Okay, snare roll, and then the.
Renato, are you a musician or something? Is that why this is part of an inside joke, the movie Whiplash? That is seemingly pretty random. I don't know the actual code numbers or SKU numbers or model numbers for these synthesizers. It's kind of Greek to me.
No, it needs to be drier. That's too wet. Oh, it has reverb on it. Let me see. Nope. Okay, I'll just,
Oh, ha. I see what you mean.
okay, so... Ooh, it's too low. There we go. We need to cut this into its own pattern.
Which one of the dogs is that?
That's Jax, the black one.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it. By the way, Chris, how's the audio quality?
Pretty good, I think.
Okay.
You got it set to 320, right?
Yeah.
Alright. There we go.
Yep, think the snares are sounding pretty good now. There we go. Okay, save this, so now we work on the next pattern. Any panning? No. Now what's this sample? Okay, these are gonna be the arco strings. So let's create a new pattern called strings. And that's gonna come from the orchestra.
I'm not sure, Renato, Mackie and Damn. Are these songs from Goldeneye? Actually, Xavier, you should know, right?
He's talking about this other guy who did the damn song from Goldeneye as well, but he kind of like he kind of did it wrong because he like didn't use all the samples. He missed like those some drums at the beginning.
All right,
So that's what we're
okay.
talking about. Yes, that's what we're talking about. I think these strings are sounding pretty good.
Yeah, it sounded nice. I'm enjoying it. It's nice relaxation.
Let's see from the original. Yeah, these are these low strings.
Hey man, I'll be right back. I want to make myself some tea. It'll take me a few minutes. Keep up the good work. I'll be right back.
Oh yeah, it sounds much better. This does have some panning. So let me copy that panning. I don't know if I should add nah, let me just increase the gain on the strings. It does have the panning already. Okay, so next one. I noticed most of these notes in Goldeneye, they follow the same James Bond theme pattern. Like with these notes up here and this chord, I think it's like a chord down here. And I can see all these notes in these other tracks as well. Okay, so we're just going to use the strings arco again. I don't know why, but this sort of reminds me of that. This sort of reminds me of the Candyman movie. Like parts of the things, parts of the strings, parts of the songs use those strings. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, it did. Oh, yeah.
Alright, sort of back. Mostly.
Oh, yeah, those strings sound beautiful. Gonna use a sort of left panning though here.
Ooh. Star Fox? Which Star Fox? Someone said, uh-oh, he probably is gone now. Shaddy. Oh, Shaddy is my buddy.
Star Fox, I have to find those samples, what they use. I mean, I actually had that thought of restoring Star Fox as well, because that's a good score.
Which Atari Star Fox? What are you saying, Atari Star Fox? Oh my goodness. Yeah, hey. Hey, man. Which Star Fox?
Star Fox 64?
Well, I mean, I was thinking SNES, because the SNES is a really interesting soundtrack. Yes, I agree. I fully agree with you there, Shaddy. Absolutely.
Hold on, let me quiet my dog.
Yeah, okay. 1 second. Hey, Shaddy, go to my channel. It's the one... This is me. There you go. That's me. It's my new channel that eventually is going to have content on it. It's about, well, religion, pop culture, Christianity, and stuff in pop culture about those things. To some extent, cultural, like the cultural context of the ancient world as well. Oh yeah, I've got the cartridge too. Definitely, I've got the cartridge too. I don't know if it's usable. It's I think all my cartridges are probably destroyed at this point by battery decay, which I don't know. What's nice is the Nintendo Switch has that and the Star Fox 2, which was finished, but never... There was a beta that leaked, but the full, complete one, they actually finally released, and that's awesome. So props to Nintendo, despite them being greedy. Wow, I know, I'm sorry. I shouldn't do that, you're right. Bro, don't hide. Oh, you're keeping me straight. Straight and narrow. I get it. I don't know, man. Oh yeah, I need to link. That's right. I need to link an archive, internal archive in the Bible discussion Discord of current sessions that are complete. Yes, Star Fox 2. The official build of Star Fox 2. Yeah, I know. I wouldn't call them a good company either. They're kind of scummy, but they do produce good games. Yeah, I mean, I hear you. Especially now with Iwata being gone. Like, Iwata's just was based as hell. I mean, the man actively pushed Nintendo against massive DLC, against predatory practices. He even lowered his salary by half for 5 or 6 months. Maybe he extended it because Nintendo was doing badly. Oh, no, I agree. The way they treat fan-related content is absolutely outrageous. They are so protective of their stuff. It's toxic. This is the problem with copyright, honestly. Like, the problem with copyright is that it doesn't work. The DMCA was written in 1998 by a bunch of people who didn't even understand the internet then. And obviously there's been amendments, but these corporations, and I'm not saying corporations don't have a right to make money. If they make a good product, that's fine. It's just...
Alright, back y'all.
It's not... Welcome back. It's not working the way... It's outdated, and honestly, it was probably outdated the day it came out. And it creates monopolies. It's ridiculous. You can't go to... You can't, like, enjoy, like, non-canon, or it's hard to enjoy non-canon Zelda games, which people would be making and releasing free of charge. They wouldn't, and they're always saying, look, Nintendo is the best, you know, please go buy their games. They're promoting Zelda. But no, they gotta shut it down because they are so hyper. Another thing, and I'll end on this, they don't give very good discounts, generally speaking, on their games. And part of the reason is that they don't believe in AM2R being canceled, even though still find it. Which one is that? Unrelated, but StarCraft Ghost prototype demo got leaked. It's playable if you have a dev kit. Phantom Lampshade? Is this what?
Perfect.
Chatty, don't put edgy memes in here. I'm not sure if that's an edgy meme or it's something I don't get, because it could be either.
Don't worry.
Yeah, the thing is,
I ticked the this is not for kids content in the stream thing, so the
oh, that's
copyright
true.
thing won't
Well,
apply.
right, but Shaddy has some special views that might, I just don't. Never mind. Just be careful. But yeah, the discount thing, they don't give good discounts because, in part, not because they wouldn't necessarily make more money. They probably would make more money selling more copies, but they feel that they want to keep the perceived value of their games higher. Back in 1991, the Federal Trade Commission. Oh, was it? I've never heard of it. The Federal Trade Commission ruled that Nintendo had violated federal anti-competitive laws. In other words, Nintendo was engaging in anti-competitive behavior, essentially by restricting supply and basically screwing retailers that would sell a Nintendo for as much as 2 or 3 cents less than the other retailer. So they wanted to create a situation where they had all of the bargaining power. And so if a retailer was selling more copies because there's more consoles, that could give them bargaining power. Say, hey, look how well we're selling. Maybe you could give us a slight, give us 10 cents off the purchase because we're purchasing in mass per purchase. And Nintendo wants to limit competition. They would restrict supply and just basically punish these retailers. And so guess what happened? Eventually, they ruled that Nintendo had done this. So they let Nintendo pay for their crime by issuing coupons, $25 million worth of coupons. Well, first of all, coupons aren't worth anything. Basically, Nintendo got to make more money. That was their punishment. They made more money because you have to go spend $60 or $70 sometimes at that time. 50 to 70 is around where games were ranged at the time. It wasn't as standardized. You have to spend that much money and you just get $5 off. So the $5 off thing is like, what's the point? Nintendo literally is punished by them making more money because it forces people to take advantage of that credit if they want to actually use it. I'll be right back.
Okay, so tambourine. By the way, Renato, I recorded a hopefully better quality version of the tambourine.
Oh, never mind. I didn't have to be right back.
This was Infinite 1. Yeah. Now this is a straightforward sample, so let's pitch it down.
Oh, AM2R. I know what you're talking about. That was the Metroid 2 remake. I just figured that out. I knew it clicked a bell, but I wasn't sure what it was. I just remembered.
The problem with this sample is that even if you no matter how you record it, if you pitch it down, it's still gonna sound degraded. I guess that's just how it was sampled. Because I tried to record a different version, but still.
What do you mean by downgrade? Because of the stream or because of?
It's just I recorded this tambourine sample from the synthesizer itself. I recorded it 2 times. So no matter how I record it, if you pitch it down, there's gonna be artifacts because that's how I guess that's how it was sampled. Because the original, let me listen to the original from the game. Let me compare it. Yeah, it has artifacts and this just sounds like.
Wait a minute. So doesn't it go digitally directly to your
Yeah.
PC or no?
No, I had to record it.
Okay, so you have to record it with a microphone?
No, I have to record it with a cable to an audio interface, and then from the audio interface through a USB.
Oh. So it's not so it's analog. It's not going directly digital, right?
I mean, it's an analog signal from the synth going to a digital signal. So
That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
yeah. Okay, so yeah. Let me see how it sounded in the original.
Oh yeah, that's true. No, I don't know about every game, but a lot of them were.
No, that's right.
A lot of them were. It was. I found Resident Evil 2. Not Resident Evil 2. Which one was it? Forget. The old one, not the new game. The
So that's some TSR reverb to that.
the I think it was the PlayStation 1 version versus the GameCube version, and I'm like, why does the difficulty seem different? I wasn't sure. It seemed that one was easier than the other, and I think that's because I don't remember which direction. It was either the GameCube must have used Japanese-based difficulty, or the PS1. I don't remember because I played it all the way through on the GameCube. Yeah, I played it all the way through on the GameCube. The Resident Evil 2, the original. But yeah, I don't know which one they got it from. But one of those games, I'm pretty sure,
For now.
got its difficulty from American, and the other got it from the Japanese version. Even though, yeah, they did make American games harder. If you want to play, honestly, Shaddy, if you want to play games, you can use your MacBook, and probably, I mean, as long as there's a build, and I think there should be, of Project 64, it will work like pretty easily. It's like 95% compatible, and it runs like really smooth. You can get rid of all the artifacts. You can have a high internal resolution. If you really wanted to play on the original hardware, that would be Resident Evil 1 had auto aim, and every increment had 3 uses per item. Oh, so that was the PlayStation 2. So they didn't have that in the. You're saying they didn't have that in the Japanese version. Honestly, though, for Resident Evil, I don't like the save system. At least the old ones. And now I like the old games way better. I want the old style. I want the pre-rendered backgrounds. I'm so thirsty for it, but I don't. I do admit that I'm not as hardcore as to like the saves.
Okay, I think that Metal Vapor sounds as good as it is. Let's see. Maybe one more pitch.
Alright, calm down, Shaddy. Being an edgy boy again.
Hey, where's
I don't think the difficulty should be I don't think the difficulty should be different either way.
Ah, there we go.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I knew this would happen. Come on. Dude, the Japanese work 6 days a week, dude. Sometimes they work 7 days a week. They're actually it's if you're wondering why games tend to be easier in Japan, that's probably part of the reason. That's not the case anymore, I don't think, but it makes sense. They're busy. They don't have the time. Wait, really? You couldn't
That
rent
picture's
games?
right.
I didn't know that. I don't know if that's true, Shaddy. They do have love hotels, after all.
Ah, another Bond note sequence. These are becoming all too familiar. Oh, these are the bells. Oh, the xylophone. Okay. Okay, xylophone. And that's gonna come from the... No.
Nah, man. Don't tell me you can do it in the holy matrimony, too.
That's coming from
Look up Cheapy D. Cheapy D. He did it. It's funny. He went there with his wife. He married a Japanese woman.
Warm Vibes. Yeah, that's the one. So, where does this start at? 10.
I like Super Mario All-Stars the best. The SNES one. This is the All-Stars rendering of Super Mario Bros. 2, which is like they took as a basis Doki Doki Adventure or something, and I forgot the name of it, and turned that into it, and it's better than the Doki Doki.
Let's up it a bit.
Oh shit, that sounds nice. It's a little bit of a delay, so I'm hearing it now and not immediately, but the da-da-dun, the bell sounds. I love those sounds.
Let me compare it to the original.
Oh yeah, Doki Doki Panic. Is it? Because they basically took the game, redesigned it a little bit, and turned it into Super Mario Bros. 2 in America, and I just adore it. I don't know. I think it's better than Doki Doki Panic, but then again, that's the only one I've been exposed to. Oh, Shaddy. That's what I have to say about that.
Okay, panning. A little bit of panning on that. Okay, so volume's gonna be the same. Alright, so that's all the channels, so let's just put it together and see how it sounds so we can go through the mixing process.
Alright, let's go. Let's hear it.
So, snares. Let's do the snares first. Strings. Tambourine. Metal vapor sound. The xylophone. Okay, the tambourines are definitely dragging. That Whiplash T-shirt should chuck a freaking chair to my head now. Or throw a symbol at my head, or decapitate me with a symbol.
One second.
This is dragging. See, why is the tambourine dragging? Shouldn't be dragging.
That's what the glory of save states are for in the modern era. Whether you play it on, whether it's not on Switch Online yet, I hope it will be, but you can do that. But also, you can do it on an emulator.
Okay,
Yeah, that's nice. Okay, yeah, I get it, because rentals, if you don't beat it within a certain amount of time, you want to re-rent it and beat it. So yeah, okay, I see what you mean. That makes sense.
there's like a little delay on the tambourine or something. Alright, I think I'm gonna have to adjust the timing on that thing. What was it? Let me just start naming these while I edit.
Oh, okay. The disc thing. Wait a minute. Chatty, did you have a frickin' Famicom from, like an import? Oh, okay, Renata, what did they do to Castlevania 3? Because Castlevania 3 is really good.
Maybe more. Yeah.
Must have been an emulator. Oh yeah, Simon's Quest, honestly, I really like Simon's Quest. It's a really difficult game. It really is difficult, from my experience. I never beat it, but I had the original SNES, my granddad got me, and that's the one I had. I didn't realize there were secret areas you had to collect power-ups from, otherwise you just are doomed. But yeah, I mean, I love Simon's Quest, I love the concept, and I absolutely would love a remake of it. I don't know if we'll ever get that, but apparently Konami does have a Silent Hill in the works. Ah, okay, I get it. Oh, there's a mod apparently called Simon Quest Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest Revamped.
See what you guys are saying here. Okay, so I got everything put together, and we're just gonna go through the channels one by one, mixing it, see if it sounds good.
I see.
So let's focus on the snares.
Wait, what? That sounds like a Game Genie or something, but I... Broken knockoff. Oh! Oh, yeah, controllers. I get it. Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, that's BS. That's outright BS. You're right. I agree with you, Renato. That's ridiculous. That's just punishing. If they release that for the Virtual Console on Switch, they'll probably fix that. I know that they've changed certain things to make the, like, certain of the older Zelda games have more accurate translations now. Not, at least the first one. So, it's not, they don't leave them entirely unchanged. Well, yeah, there is getting good, but at a certain point,
Yeah,
you know,
punch.
at a certain point, it just becomes, like, if you're designing something to piss people off and to frustrate them, that's not right.
Guys, the secret of reverb is number 1, TSR, number 2, TSR, number 3, and more TSR.
Write that down, dude. Don't forget that. The TSR stuff.
That's an inside joke. I already have that scratched into my memory.
Oh, well,
If you-
okay.
if you
I
look
don't know
on-
the inside jokes.
If you look on the very right, you'll see TSR reverb. That's like my favorite out of all the reverb plugins. That's out of my favorite because it just fills the whole room with, you know, whatever instrument you're passing through there.
I see. Nice, Renato, by the way. It's pretty impressive. That's actually very impressive. One of the things preventing me from going ahead and actually finally beating Resident Evil 0 is the save system. Because I've got it on Steam. I had it on the GameCube years ago, but there's no save state option unless there's some kind
Alright,
of, you know,
Chatty.
like,
See you later, man.
Godspeed, my friend. Godspeed.
Okay, next track. The drums are pretty good. Wouldn't you say, Renato? Okay, now for the lower strings.
Let me tell you the secret of bodybuilding. I still don't know that. What is this a reference to?
I actually don't know. I heard it. This is the first time I've. You know,
I'm looking up
read
Akahiko. Oh, it's Persona 3? Okay.
Ah, yeah.
I recently... Well, first pro... That's funny.
I'm gonna use,
I
I'm gonna use a reverb on the VST instead of. I mean, it already sounds good with the reverb from the VST. I don't have to use a plugin.
Okay. I have not played... I have the ROM, I have the ISO download of Persona 3 already. Like, some days ago I downloaded it. I was briefly playing Shin Megami Tensei 4, but, oh, by the way, I guess I should add you as a friend on Discord, so I'll do that. Should be in, I see you. Renato, I see you. I'm adding you right now. It'll be punished, Yehuda. But yeah, I'm very, very new to Shin Megami Tensei, and the games are genuinely interesting. I have to say though, I saw and it's like, oh my god. I literally thought about these things theologically, because at least in Apocalypse, your enemy is literally the God of the Bible, which is creepy as hell. Now, obviously, it's the Gnostic version of that, but it's not quite, because, like, I thought about the sort of, it's kind of like Nietzschean, because it's a negation of all supernatural salvation.
Oh, there's too much reverb.
It negates Christianity, because it's obviously a corrupt, weird worldview based on Gnosticism. But it negates Gnostic salvation too, because there's no gnosis. And it negates Buddhist salvation as well, because there's no, you don't become one with the universe, you don't become enlightened. All things just cease to exist in the good ending. Before closing the eyes. That's the... I get them conflated, because I know one of them, you destroy this gate, and then it just basically destroys the universe, and nothing exists anymore. So, like, if I were to make a video about Shin Megami 4, Tensei 4 / Apocalypse, I would basically be talking about how it actually takes nihilism to the next level. It doesn't negate one religion, it negates Christianity, like the salvation idea, but it negates the corrupt version of Christianity, Gnosticism, and negates Buddhism, because it does contain elements from all three. It's really depressing, actually. In my opinion, it's depressing. I mean, arguably, no more suffering is nice, but those religions all have an end to suffering, including Buddhism, where something good happens. It's not a ceasing to... Like Buddhism, you do continue to exist in some odd way, becoming one with the universe. You achieve enlightenment. So there's that salvation there, and it's just negates all three of them. Anyways, that's all I have to say about that. It's just, things like that would be what my channel is about. Hang on. I don't know, I need to get into Persona or Shin Megami Tensei. I think I may just wait for Shin Megami Tensei 5. I think I'll just wait for that, because it's coming out on the Switch and I have one. And I figure it, you know, considering how previous ones have issues and they're old and have small budgets, this one might be really good. Like, they might iron out all the imbalances. They might do something interesting with it. And part of the reason for my interest is that I'm interested in folk religion from the from late antiquity. Roughly speaking, the last 3 centuries BC, so 300 to 1st century AD, and then several centuries, maybe into the early Middle Ages, 600, 700. That's okay. I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate that. I may be playing Persona 3, and part of that is that I like AI-controlled characters a lot. I heard that they're bad. I hope that the FES, the better edition, improves it a little bit. I don't know. But yeah, I appreciate the vagueness, but I know you've played this, so I didn't think it was an issue. But basically, in folk religion, in Mesopotamia, that's modern-day Iraq, there's a bunch of different religions. There's Christians, there's Jewish Christians, there's Zoroastrians, there's Manichaeans, there's Mandaeans, there's possibly a group called Elkosites, and then there's ancient paganism, like sort of semi-traditional, like ancient Mesopotamian paganism from the Bronze Age. And you can tell that in some of these incantation bowls, basically the sort of Orthodox Christians and Jewish Christians, basically Christians and Jewish Christians, the Orthodox one, which is most of the Elkosites, may have been a Jewish Christian group that were like Gnostic-ish. The Jewish Christians were basically sort of in line with the main Gentile church, but they would engage in folk religion, basically enchanting the holy name and of Jesus in order to protect themselves from demons, and I'll get to that in a second, and to sick demons on people who they think are bad or are hurting them. And so that was like a real thing, and it was inappropriate. Like, the priests were like, dude, you're not supposed to do that. Pan's translation English is, which is correct. It's wrong or it's wrong. I don't know what Pan's translation is. Is this a Pan's translation of a particular? Oh, you mean the word Pan? Why not? Why is that wrong?
Something weird with this vapor.
I'm looking up the word Pan. I know I'm killing Xavier here. Poor Xavier. Pan is the god of wild shepherds and flocks. Nature of. Oh, right. Well, that's in the Greek. That's in the Greek.
Oops, wrong one.
That's from Greek, but if we're talking about romance, at least like later on romance, that's weird. Really, that is weird. But the god Pan in the Greco-Roman pantheon is different from the word Pan in Spanish. You know, maybe now like it's hard to. I wonder if Spanish brought in the word Pan from Japan. Because they had missionaries over there. Actually, Christianity gained a large following in Kyushu Prefecture from around 1500 to 1650. This thing. One bread, it's wrong. The word Pan. I mean, it's wrong. It depends on the language you're translating from, though. Are you translating from Japanese? Are you translating from Spanish? Or are you translating from Greek? Oh, okay. So basically just a factual error in the game. Yeah, that's annoying. I get it. My mom is fluent in Spanish, but not Portuguese. She lived in Costa Rica for 3 years back in the 70s. I'm not fluent in anything but English. I know a little bit of Hebrew. Basically, it's for Bible study and for looking at ancient texts. I have both religious interest as well as secular interests in the topics.
Yeah, that's the right pitch. So let's do some EQing on that. I'm gonna do some EQing on that vapor.
Sounding good, man. The audio. I do have some Portuguese ancestry. I believe it's Portuguese. It's from that region, the Lusitania region, so I assume it's Portuguese. Oh man, this is delicious tea. My wonderful mom made me some delicious tea. It'll probably help me sleep too. This is just relaxing, man. I enjoy this, Xavier. Oh, sorry, Orange C.
He knows I'm Xavier.
Oh, right, okay. See, like I said, I barely have any knowledge of the gameplay. I know that they tend to focus around, like, cycles of months or something. I don't know a whole lot about it. I don't know how things work exactly. But yeah, it is on my agenda. It's not the highest priority. It might be medium priority. Right now, I'm working on the Sinking City.
Nah, I'll just do all the frequent, you know.
Oh, okay. Macademics must be. I'll look it up. I'll look it up. A Persona 3. That's a skill, I assume, or a talent or an ability score. Persona 3. You're making me want to play it. I need to finish Link Between Worlds. I've been playing that. It's a great game. Yeah, the FES is the add-on disc for Persona 3 containing updates to the original game as well as a new epilogue. Director's Cut. Well, it's both the standalone game and with the Director's Cut. I'll play the Director's Cut. I'm hoping the Director's Cut tweaks the AI to be a little bit better. In your opinion, Renato, is the AI at least acceptably competent? Not necessarily optimal, but competent. Right. Is this like a riddle? I'm not quite sure what you're getting at. There's a different system in 4 and 3, 5, I get. Yeah, you do have to finish the given dungeon. But what is different in Persona 3? Since, Let me turn my volume down a little bit. So I don't drown out the restoration as much. Let's see here. Properties, levels. Okay, I'll reduce that a bit. That's better. That should be better. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of nice. I'm not a big fan of deadlines. There's some context I like it in, but the only one I can think of is Majora's Mask, really. That's really the only one I can think of. Uh-oh. Oh, crap. Oh, wait, Xavier, you hear me, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, is it loud and clear?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Alright. Alright, good. Let's see, check something. Okay. Yeah, it just looks weird. Mitsuri. Is that a boss? Looking at it's probably a character. Oh, it's a character. It's a party member, it looks like. Hang on. Gotta go back up.
Loop this track.
Right, so she's not very good. So you'd say, in your opinion, the AI definitely could be better, but it's competent. It does the job. Right. So you would say the AI is at least competent, not necessarily optimal, but at least competent. That's all I really ask for. Like the AI allied, allied AI, obviously. You know a hell of a lot more about this than I do, so I am gonna have to play Persona 3. I heard that Royal is getting supposedly edited, censored a little bit because of... I don't know if it's true or not, because one angry gamer can be hyperbolic and can complain about molehills. I'm sorry, I'm reading what you wrote. Ah, okay, I see what you mean. It does the job. Sometimes they use items instead of things.
Oh, I have to move these over. Okay.
Hey man, Renato, I really appreciate that. I appreciate the advice and recommendation because I was slightly on the fence, but now I really think I was afraid that the AI would be really bad, but it seems good enough. So thanks for pointing that out. I'll definitely get around to playing it. Right. It becomes annoying when they start using healing items. I see. Still, I'll give it a try. I appreciate it. makes sense for a JRPG. One of the coolest and hardest boss fights is the Chrono Cross. If you do it all the right way in the right order with all the elemental magics to get the best ending. I generally play games of normal difficulty unless I have a good reason not to. If I ever get around to Death Stranding, I'll probably play it on hard difficulty, just because the combat's too easy.
Yeah, the game wasn't too bad. But it is frustrating.
Oh yeah, I believe it. It's interesting. It's an interesting type of game. I think it's definitely one of those games where it's worth all of the criticism and all the praise. So it is unique, it does some cool stuff, but definitely it has issues.
Alright, I have to cut off this loop section.
Alright, man, stop the spoilers. I think that was a spoiler. I'm not sure if it is, but don't give me...
I ran out of spoiling.
Yeah, he might be. I don't know. It's okay, don't worry about it. Just, let's try to ease up on the spoilers. I am interested in the topic, it just, I gotta get around to doing it. I am pretty busy with a lot of things. Well, the theme is not a spoiler. That's not a spoiler, obviously. Thematic elements aren't. Appreciate that, the retract.
Whoa, what happened here? I think I messed up the loop. Hold on. So these two...
Ah, I see. Eh.
Pressure that at the beginning. Okay. Okay, I think that about does it for this, unless Renato or Chris, you got any objections to how this came out?
Not really. You're the expert. Um, it's pretty darn good.
Alright, what about you, Renato?
By the way, Renato, I sent you a request on Discord, a friend request.
Where's animation clip?
He wants you to play it again.
Okay. I'm trying to find the create an automation clip. I don't know why it's not on my master channel as usual. That's weird. So I can fade out the track. Huh. Okay, let me play one more time.
Yeah, but I think I would rather do the director's cut.
Oh, here it is. Alright, that's about does it for this track. We're gonna move on to the... I think we should move on now to the watch theme, which is another short theme.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so let me name this. folders.
Oh, I get it. Oh, that is a big problem. Reload the game then, in that case.
Alright, save. And we will go to a new project. Let me see what you're saying we're not to. Okay, perfect. Awesome. What I was thinking, that actually came out pretty much almost one-on-one, that translation. But even better, of course. Okay. Alright, I'll be right back.
Alright. Wait a minute, so you can't order them to resurrect your buddies? That's retarded. That's why people were complaining. Have you played Ogre Battle? That's kind of the... That's... I want them to make more Ogre Battles. You give basic commands to the squad, but the squad then acts. Oh boy.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Alright, so let's see what we got going on here. Oh, it's not. Oh, that's not supposed to do that. Half of the MIDI file, the beats are the beats are corrupted. Like they want.
Oh, that's not.
They won't extend all the way, but that's okay because I could just put the beats into like a new pattern and just extend it myself. But still,
That won't cause any artifacts, will it?
not really.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, for the beat, let's make a new pattern called beat. And what is this one?
What you said about AI was inaccurate, is that what you mean?
this is that kick. It's that, I think it's either that dance or 909 kick. No, it's the, no, 909 I think, yeah.
Alright, I think I get it.
Okay. No, but I don't like the pitch that the preset is set to, so I'm gonna just use the raw sample. Like, I know Renato does not like it raw, but in this case I have to use it. I have to use it raw so I can, you know, enhance it myself. Like, we don't want that raw crap.
Yeah.
Okay, so thinking this is the 909 kick, yeah. Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, okay. The ending is what you got wrong. That's fine. Right now, I'm looking up to see if there's any possible news about Ogre Battle being remade, made a new one, getting re-released on the Virtual Console or whatever, on Switch, but I guess not. At least not so far.
And we gotta EQ that to bring up the lows and put like a low pass on it. So yeah, so it's really bassy. It has that punch. One of the most golden rules that we also follow is that to add bass, no song is good without a good bass. Isn't that right, Renato? Too low.
Huh. Wait a minute. There's an Ogre Battle remake? What the hell? TheGamer.com. Is this true? There aren't. Oh, I think it's not what I thought it was. God dang it. Oh, it's deserve a remake.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's too high. Yeah, I think it's good. We don't want it to peak either. We don't want it to reach those, like go past the clip range. Let's lower this a little. Yeah, it seems healthy enough.
Oh, so that's old news. It's outdated, so it's not happening. But Atlas censoring things, supposedly.
Let's see what's next. Alright, it's gonna be that that snare. And we'll just use the preset for that.
Ugh.
Oh wait, we have to do I have to do the snare in a new pattern because it's not gonna work well with the kick because for some reason the media file did not fill out all the notes when it was converted or something. So, yep. Copy this to a new pattern.
Ah, okay. What you said about the design is what...
And did I save this yet? No, I didn't save this yet. Let's call it watch. Let's copy the value. So it should be the final part of the beat. Strange, it's not playing. Oh, I have it muted. It's not playing. Strange. Oh, but I know what it is. It's that hat. pretty sure this is the hat. Yep, I was right. It's a bit too low though. There we go. What is this? Oh, are these strings or horns?
Hey, read Renato's comments.
Alright. Yeah, I know what he's talking about. Yeah, that's why some drum channels won't play with N64 MIDIs, is because FL treats them as a drum channel. So if it's other than a drum or other than whatever the MIDI, whatever the sound font portrays it or whatever, it's not gonna play. So I have to literally convert the MIDI track into a proper MIDI out track so it'll play.
I see.
But I'm trying to figure out what the hell is this sound. I don't know if it's like a string or a horn. And why is it so low? No, my audio isn't. No. Audio's good. What the hell is this? Oh, these are strings. Yeah, I think these are strings. Okay, so oops, wrong plugin. I need to use the orchestra one. Perfect. Yep, those were strings. Yeah, I remember that whole thing that happened. That was annoying.
Oh wait. What happened? Oh.
We were trying to figure out a sound for the silo theme in Goldeneye, and we couldn't figure it out because I couldn't get that one channel to play. So we're like, what the hell is that sound? Is it like a drone or like a low string type? But It was a very low string type, so yeah. Alright, that's panning. And let's copy the volume. I mean, I don't necessarily need to copy the volume because I always adjust it, but just for make sure everything is balanced, I, take whatever data from the, the MIDI file gets translated from the conversion, so. Perfect. Perfecto. And more strings. That Bond signature note again. I feel this note set is like ingrained into my memory. That every time I look at it, I'm like, yep, it's the Bond theme. So I got like a chord down here. These 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like a 4 notes, 2 4-note sets on top.
Maybe I'll just play Persona 5 then.
Are you leaving?
Oh no, I'm not leaving. I'm
Oh.
reading the Renato's comments.
Okay, perfect. Okay, now what is this? Wait a minute. Oh. Ooh, I should have routed that. Okay, I have my mixer channels all wrong here. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
I'm reading what you're writing, Renato. I just am tired. It's been a long day, and I'm actually debating going to bed. I'm not sure. Because I have some stuff on my mind I want to do, but I'm also really tired.
I think this is the... I don't know why it's too low for me to hear. Let me mute these. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. Oh, no wonder. Mixer channels are still... Why is 40 LSD keep on putting it on 1 instead of the master channel? I never understood that.
Oh, man. Not much I can help you. But good talking to you, Renato. I'm gonna go... I think I'm gonna head to bed, guys. It's been great. I'll finish watching the stream tomorrow, because I'm really interested in seeing how it turns out.
Alright.
Godspeed, my friend.
Yep.
And Godspeed, my friends, both of you.
Yes. Peace out, man. It's fruity LSD. So why is it not playing on a master channel? That is so weird. Yeah. Connapped. he gets connapped to PB Pants City. Well, the reason why I was muffled because I had that parameter EQ. But why is it not playing on the master channel? Oh, you know what? 1240, I don't get it. Okay, you know what? Gonna put this back here. Oh, I really don't want to. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna save the... Let me save the channel state. Just kick. And just move everything over by 1. 5, 6. So this is just gonna be... I'll just put it back. Gonna be kick. Gonna be snare. That. And we of course gotta turn it off. Anyways, where were we? Okay, we're gonna copy these. That wasn't the childlike bell, right? That was more like the xylophone warm vibes. Let's see. That xylophone. I think it was a xylophone. Let's see. Warm vibes. And where do they start at? Number 5. I don't know if these were it. Oh yeah, yeah, these were it. But we gotta turn them up more. Yeah. Yeah, it was the xylophone, the warm vibes preset on the JV. Did I ever get the panning for those strings? I don't think I did, no. And volumes. Alright, so what's this down here? Oh look, a single tambourine thing. Okay. Gonna start dragging like hell now, or rushing. So this has a okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy that kick state. Let's see, kick number 2. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. But I want this off. See where you're saying run out. Gonna see what you're saying run out to. Okay, so since I have to stretch out the beats myself, I'm just gonna do the other stuff first. So this is the kick. Oh yeah. Tambourine's definitely lagging. Dragging, I mean. Ooh, that's too loud. I do it on the right channel? No, I'm doing it on the wrong channel. There we go. Did it to 50 milliseconds. Does it need more strings? Is that how the original track went? Like more strings stretched out, or was it just that one section of strings? There we go. Let's decrease it a little bit. Wait a minute. Let me see if I can get rid of that beginning section on the tambourine. I don't know if I can, but I have to trim some off. No. Let's just add an envelope to it. Yeah, let me duplicate those strings. I did not want to... Why is it adding it over there? Oh well. Okay. Yeah, that should do it. Actually, let me try something with the tambourine. I'm gonna cut off that little beginning section. Because I think with Grant or Norgate, whoever to mess with that tambourine sample, kind of cut it off at the beginning when they started to lower the pitch. So oops. Did not mean to do that. Yeah, there we go. How's that? Yeah. There we go. Let's add some TSR to the snare and hat. Did the tambourine only play one time in the loop, or was it continuous in a pattern? I'm not too familiar with the watch team that much. That's what I'm asking. Other than that, everything sounds good. I knew it. Oops. I just had a random thought. Sam Miller needs to play Goldeneye. And listen to its soundtrack. I can see him saying that because of the inversion. Well, so far everything looks looks also and sounds good. So before I export this, anything else, chime in. Yeah, I can play the original one. Oh, wait a minute. The tambourine had a pitch sound effect. And obviously the rest of the beat won't play because it was corrupted. That's why it extended so. Okay, so tambourine that's missing. All right there. You mean right there? Because it won't let me add it for some strange reason. Huh. See if I can extend this somehow. Nope. Okay. Alright, fix the tambourine. So oh yeah, I see what you're saying. They kind of cut half of the song out of the loop. But yeah, like you said, it doesn't matter really. It, you know, it sounds good the way it is. I like the fuller loop better. It sounds more complete. So yeah, play this one more time. Alright, perfect. I'll export this, and I guess that's about wraps up this stream. Yeah, but since it really doesn't, it fades out. I didn't really add the tambourine there. It doesn't really matter really. It adds to that ending effect really. I mean, if you want, I can actually put that tambourine there. Alright, let's see. I could read that in Grant's British accent. Alright, so I put the tambourine there, so Yeah, export this one again. Well, yep. Let me just go ahead and put this here. Little Sam inspiration. So, till next time, peace.